Aloha, I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I conduct work life video interviews with career professionals that become an all intuitive conversation. Aloha, I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I encourage individuals to live smart and ascend to new levels of work life success. Today, I have the pleasure of connecting with Sharon for, as we discuss, is it the first time or have we met before? And I'm beginning to wonder maybe it was just in a previous lifetime. But let's bring her to the screen today. Aloha, Sharon.
Aloha, Felicia.
How are you doing this morning?
Well, it's early here, but hey, I've gotten freshened up and ready for the show.
Yes. So tell me, where is here?
Here is north of Seattle, and it's 8 a.m. my time.
Awesome. Okay, so I am in Little Rock, Arkansas, so it's central time for me. So thank you so much for rising and shining and coming to connect with me and have this all intuitive conversation, which is interesting because we had this energetic vibe that you felt as though we had met before. And I was kind of saying, like, sometimes you can just run into people. It's like you can have that feeling energetically. Have we connected before? So, but tell me, who is Sharon?
Sharon is a retirement and spark coach, and spark coach has to do with knowing yourself and who you are on the inside. It is becoming critical that we know our heart and our purpose and our destiny here. And you're one of a kind, and we need you to live from your heart and from your spark. So I am 76 and I brag about it.
Yes.
And I guess I give the credit to looking so young by from the fact that I stopped my foot and said I refuse to live my life based on fear about 30 years ago. And I recommend you do it too because it makes such a difference. Fear has no part of my life, and it gives me a excitement about the future, and because I can create my future by my heart and my dreams. And oftentimes we leave our dreams, when you're on vacation and you get a word from in that quiet still spot in your life, and I can't do that, that scares me, this little voice. And but if you follow it, you might find yourself delighted because that message is meant for your highest good.
Well, you're definitely energetically connected with that because the first card that came out here was this woman. And I noticed she has on this blue, just like how you have with the kind of flowing in the royal. And the fact that you're just talking about she's younger, she looks young. And so here's what it says on the card, Sharon. It says, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, following your own heart rather than trying to make others happy, which is what you were just talking about the heart and how do you live your best life. And then it also says, pretending there is no problem, overanalyzing a situation. So when you were talking about individuals following their hearts and kind of like living their best life, how did you get to this situation where you said that's the area that you kind of want to have your business around and encouraging individuals to do that? What was your spark to say, that's what I want to do?
Well, I learned how to do this, the process, very unique process of, I learned it as an essence statement as I started coaching school. And here's my essence, and it might make a lot of sense to you when I share it. I am precious jewel of wisdom. I am colorful collaborator, motivator, and learner. I am
Yes.
tranquil, authentic, and pure inspirer. I light fires. Now, the other side of that was that I, in my career, felt mostly invisible my whole life. I actually wanted to be
Mm-hmm. Her
invisible.
face, yes, because her face is like she has a little veil on top of her face with the beads and then the whole swords. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I actually wanted to be invisible in my 8, 10, 14-year-old years because there was abuse in our home. And
Mm,
I felt like if I was invisible, I might be safe that way. And I bet there's a lot of people in life, even in retirement, they think because they don't have a job and they don't have a business card and a team to work with,
not
it's
valued.
like,
Mm-hmm.
who am I?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting because the next card that came out energetically has a theme of restore. And the trigger statement is, I am broken. However, the true statement is, I am illuminated. As you're talking about the whole fire, like that illuminates the energy and excitement and light into quote unquote a dark situation. And it says, as you release your attachment to the high and low, you find peace and balance. Honor the cycles of your body and energy now. So that's like one of the things, like you said, as individuals become older. I love the fact that you were, talking about your age and how you were proud to share that you do can feel like, oh, is this dark? Am I no longer, important? So tell me about the more about the individuals, like your ideal client. Like, what are they experiencing and saying right now, other than maybe potentially, I am broken?
Well, I had somebody last week tell me that they were bored. They had been leading a group that I am now attending, and um,
Mm-hmm.
they stepped away from that. But consequently, they became bored. They might be. Well, the myth at my last job was you die within 3 years of retirement.
Mm.
Oh, that hurt my heart. No, you've got potential. I want you to live your best life in retirement. And so being invisible, being bored, being a couch potato, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
being a couch potato, it might take you 3 years to die. But
Mm.
there's a world waiting for you to contribute from your heart. And you probably there a lot of people probably have felt shut down by their former bosses that you couldn't do what you really wanted to do for the company or for the business or
Mhm.
there are restrictions. You can't do that here.
Yes.
and and you're the boss now. Do you realize that you're the boss now and you make the rules? My rule is I decide what stops me. There's
It sounds like yes, a resolution. So next card here, it's green, and green represent the heart chakra. And the thing, like I say, is resolution. The trigger says the past haunts me. The true statement in this moment, I am free. As you said, I am the boss now. There is nothing restricting me. There is nothing binding me. It says, let yourself be the one to heal the wounds passed down from your ancestors. The release and growth begins with you. So the next question that's coming through, Sharon, is tell me something that you overcame, that you restored, that you had resolution to, that at some point from your past that kind of haunted you. And you say, you know what, I'm ready to release this. I'm ready to change this.
Well, it's kind of curious that even though I deep down in my gut I didn't feel visible, I still did Dale Carnegie courses and
Mm,
Toastmasters courses, and I didn't yet um, know or understand that I might have been here to be a speaker, to be visible, and yet I had. It's just in the last few months that I've embraced the fact that feeling invisible is still a part of my life. That, in
hmm.
fact, I read a book this spring. This isn't exactly the book, but there's a prelude to this. That's just a hardback book. Our Surgeon General Vivek Murthy wrote. He said, "The loneliness is our pandemic now." That um, and he mentioned that feeling invisible is a type of loneliness. I've been proud that I hadn't wrestled with loneliness because back in my 22, 24 years, um, I, I was crocheting an Afghan. In fact, it's on my bed. It's a wool Afghan that's in the fall colors. And
Hmm.
this voice came and said, well, "You should be out there socializing, Sharon. It's a Friday night. How come you're not, you know?" And I said, "Wait a minute. I'm doing what I want to do. I chose to do this. Go bother somebody else." Um, I
Hmm.
I had I, I like being alone actually, and that is a positive thing, not a negative thing.
Hmm.
And so I had kind of prided myself that I didn't struggle with that. A lot of people feel like they have to be with someone else. Well, I've never married, never had kids, and so and yet I didn't take that as something awful.
Right.
It
Hmm.
was a choice.
Yeah. We're definitely all here on different journeys of life, right? And so the card that's coming through that I'm going to share with you here is talking about the sacral chakra. It says, I have the ability to manifest and create positive outcomes in my life. It's time for me to manifest what I need. I ask myself, what do I need? I am optimistic and creative in carrying out all the tasks that come my way, even seemingly mundane ones. And I maintain a positive attitude in all I do. I am open to receive and I am deserving. So, how does that resonate with you, Sharon?
Well, I have in fact had a wedding dress since I was about 38, I guess. And that was my expect a miracle plan because I have wanted to be married. But, I said, if my destiny right now doesn't include being married, then if I sit here and pray and pray, pray for a mate, then I'm just going to frustrate myself. But I
Mm-hmm.
still have that dress. I need to lose a few pounds to get into it yet. And I have been affirming that I am overjoyed and grateful for attracting my soulmate. And I actually have told someone here just a couple days ago, I think, that I sense he might be on his way this month.
Well, let's say this. Like I said, the sacral chakra is also, I say very much connected to the feminine and the whole creative process. But what was here is that I had gotten also two other cards, and they said here, I was like, okay, I mean, you're gonna have to show me what this means. It had real estate and crystals in shoes. And then they explained to me it was more about here. It's like this unfinished home of this woman working on something. Like there is something else that I'm still going to be adding to my home. I am still creating this and making this what I want it to be. But then also, there are these beautiful crystal shoes, right? And it's like this whole, like something that someone would wear for like their wedding day. Because I was like, these two things are complete, like a complete chill for you, are completely like opposite. And so then I still go back here to this woman back in this dress, which is very elegant, very beautiful, just, just on this beach. It's just like, oh. And she's wearing, like I said, because you kept talking about hidden. And so the connection that becomes, what do we wear on our wedding dresses? But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this whole elegant veil kind of thing in order to be seen and revealed. So I love the fact that you're manifesting the relationship. I love the fact that you are still encouraged by that, and that he just basically took all this time in order for himself to
Ready.
get ready for you. Like,
Yeah. In fact, one of my other affirmations is that I feel so contented and excited about living in a cedar home. I have on my dream board a Lindahl cedar home. Lindahl, I think, is a company right here in the Seattle area, but they've built houses around the world, and I can feel this being so contented in this cedar home. So and there's cedar trees around here. I've often lived very close to cedar trees in my where I live.
Well, like I said, on your board, home, unfinished, connected individual, but then, like I said, these nice little pretty um crystal shoes and all that. And so then again, it was like, okay, um, Sharon is very connected to the Christianity culture with that. And so, do you know what your name means, Sharon?
Rose,
Okay.
pure, I think is another one. Uh-huh.
It also means a fertile plain. And like I said, the whole sacred chakra of creating, manifesting the whole divine feminine energy. So embracing that. And then connected here, I say, okay, well, who's the angel that can come along here and connect with you? And so here is the angel that was connect, and it's Sodidi Cozy. And this angel is connected with balance. But what's just interesting about this, it has a man and a woman combined coming together into one. And the message says human beings have an innate need to interact with others. I will help bring balance to your love life and relationships. And above all, have a good relationship with yourself. Like, like you're talking about the relationship coming together. And
Ta-da!
ta-da. So this encourage you to learn more about this archangel, and again, it's just balance. And here is it says, Soda can help you to recognize and heal imbalanced partnerships where you may feel you're being drained. While you all need to learn, while you all need to lean on loved ones from time to time, it's unhealthy for a relationship to be built entirely on one person's needs and another attempts to fulfill those needs. A true soulmate relationship is uplifting, supportive, fair, and loving. If conflict or dysfunction occurs, it should lead to growth and understanding, not create further conflict and misunderstanding. This angel holds the balance between feeling and truth and promotes trust and cooperation. So, as like you said, as we just said, as he comes along, he's getting himself ready so he can be a part of this relationship and understand that yes, that your relationship will be a divine union. It will be connected. And like I said, you got your wedding dress, you got your veil. If you don't already, make sure you get your little nice cute shoes that you are going to wear as well. So
Well,
Sharon.
it's interesting. I was watching last night the Golden Bachelor, a final episode, and in my dreams, and thinking about it, I have, our perspective, we often don't realize the full possibility, but I have been embracing quantum physics quite a bit this year. And to imagine that the whole ocean is filled with abundance. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, Sharon, maybe somebody would nominate you to be on the Golden Bachelor 76. And would I want that? Would I think the episode last night was really wrenching. The Bachelors, um,
Mm-hmm.
I saw the authenticity though of both of the of all, yeah, all three of the people,
Mm-hmm.
and I could do that, but the wrenching of the heart is what you don't really want to have a part of that.
But understand you said something very important, Sharon. Understand what you want. Because remember what the very first sentence and encourage and remind you that said here, I have the ability to manifest and create positive outcomes in my life. So if you're thinking about going on that show, if that's what you're going to want, make sure you're aware of all of that, because if that's what you want to do, you absolutely, as it says, I am open to receive and I am deserving. Sharon,
Beautiful, beautiful.
it's been a pleasure connecting with you. I do hope you were encouraged to live smart and continue to ascend to new levels of work life and success. So, for individuals that want to connect with you, or maybe even there's a producer watching this show, it's like, how can I connect with Sharon if I want to discover how my spark? And yes, awesome, right there on the screen. Love that. Well, thank you again for being open to having this our intuitive conversation. If you're interested in being a guest on this show, oh, what is this?
This is my book, Fresh Courage in Retirement: Finding Purpose, Essence, and Fulfillment. Exploring the possibilities. It does not include how to write your own spark statement. So you still need to go to SharonRolph.com to get the best nuggets to live your best life.
Okay, so is your book available on your website, or do they have to go to like Amazon or something like that? Okay, so they can
It's
get it on
available.
your website.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Amazing. Well, if you're interested in being a guest on All Intuitive Conversations, send me a message via LinkedIn. And you can also learn more about the show by watching past clips here on YouTube or visiting the website All Intuitive Conversation. And until we meet again, this has been an All Intuitive Conversation.